Responsible tourism is really about taking responsibility for making tourism more sustainable. So in the Cape Town Declaration, we talked about using tourism to make better places for people to live in and better places for people to visit. It's really about taking responsibility and doing things to make tourism more sustainable. I think we're making some progress. I think people are beginning to realise that they need to be more in control of tourism, to use tourism to benefit their societies, rather than just to say, just bring more and more people. We need to think very carefully about what we want to use tourism for in different places around the world and empower governments and local communities to make tourism work for them. I mean, I was excited when Tourism Sant Ignasi asked to host the conference, because I think this is a university which takes the principles very seriously. But many universities have slid away from the sustainability agenda, and we really do need to bring it back. That's why we run these annual Responsible Tourism conferences, because it brings together people who are committed to making sure that tourism does address the issues of sustainability, economic, social and environmental. And it's very exciting that we're going to have some academics here as part of the conference discussing what we can do to change the curriculum in universities and colleges to make sure that we are addressing the challenge of responsibility and sustainable tourism. The conference will have 5 themes. We're hoping to look very much at the question of how we can use tourism to make better places for people to live in and better places for people to visit, in that order. So we're really looking at how destinations in particular can use tourism to make those destinations better places for people to live in. So we're going to be looking basically at 5 themes. We're going to look at social participation, about how more kinds of people can be involved in tourism. We're going to look particularly at those people with disabilities and at social inclusion, see how tourism can become more socially responsible. We want to look at how we manage cruise tourism, because Barcelona is famous for having a lot of cruise tourism, and that raises some issues about how you manage the destination. So we're going to look at those. We want to look at how destinations can become smarter environmentally, how we can cause less carbon pollution, how we can use less water, how we can make tourism benefit the environment rather than be a drain on it. We're going to look at how government can manage tourism more progressively to get benefits for local communities from tourism, so that destinations in a sense use tourism rather than be used by tourism, which is too often the case today. And finally, we want to look, and this is I think particularly important for Barcelona, as an amazingly rich historical urban core. We need to look at how tourism can be used to maintain the historic urban centre of cities and small towns around the world, but using Barcelona as a case study of a place that's doing very well in maintaining its historic core and opening that up, making it accessible for tourists and for local people, improving the quality of the life of people who live in Barcelona.